All right. I guess.
All right. Says we are live. What's good, y'all? We back, baby. Elite live streams. You know what it is.
That's 2 days in a row, guys. We want you to know that.
This is not a game, man.
Back, man.
We here, man.
Back like the Lakers, man.
Facts. So look, this is breaking news. We figured we'll hop on here real quick to bring you guys some breaking news. Very interesting story. We felt like we had to hop on here and talk about it. You know, Mr. Tyler Butler Chase is being accused of murder currently underneath the jail system right now for killing a TikToker who was playing a prank on his home at 3 a.m. Very interesting story. We feel very, passionate about this one because, personally, we are our own, protectors. And, you never know what could happen. And if somebody intrudes your home, you want to be able to defend that and make sure that, you neutralize the intruder. What you think?
I think that's a great statement. I think that, you want to always keep your trap safe. You know what I mean? If you stay there, I'm sure he probably had kids and, a wife, maybe a girlfriend, whatever. But, as the man of a house, you're the protector. So if somebody gets to banging on the door all willy-nilly mind you, 3 a.m. is the key right here. At 3 a.m, it's like, what is he supposed to do?
Yeah,
you get up and you go check, but the times we live in, you don't just get up and go check. Bat ain't gonna do it.
Right.
So if you got it, you get up and you go check.
And mind you, this is sight unseen, right? So he doesn't know what's happening here. He's just kind of reacting. Like he doesn't know. Yeah, he doesn't know if this is a prank. There's no one saying, "Oh, it's a prank, bro." Like, no. He just reacts to a commotion, goes to the back, and unfortunately,
that's what he has to do.
Something happens. So let's take a look at the news story so we could, make sure that we're keeping you guys informed in the right spaces. All right. So this is from NBC News, guys. All right. NBC News. And let's take a look and see. Let's start it from the beginning here. So I'll make sure y'all get every single second. All right, let's go.
An arrest for murder in Virginia after teens tell authorities an age-old childhood prank, the ding-dong ditch, turned deadly. A high school senior shot to death while doing the stunt, his friends say, for a TikTok video. Now the homeowner, Tyler Chase Butler, arrested and accused of second-degree murder. The Spotsylvania County Sheriff's Office saying in a press release it was 3 a.m. Saturday morning when they got a call for a burglary in progress where shots were fired. Deputies found 2 people with gunshot wounds on the scene. 18-year-old Michael Bosworth Jr. was transported to a local hospital.
All right, 18-year-old Mr. Bosworth Jr., right? This guy, of course, they're going to make sure that they give him the dignity, right? And not post up a mugshot or anything negative, right? They set the stage really early. He's a TikToker and he goes to school, but he's, terrorizing people at 3 a.m. What you think, man? Already.
I'm gonna keep sticking to the creed on this one, man. I'm not gonna jump around a lot. I'm not gonna give too many perspectives. I'm just gonna say, we've all played Ding Dong Ditch, I think, at a point.
For sure. Kids game,
Kids game. So the fact that he's 18, the fact that it's 3 a.m. is wild to me. Just for the simple fact of, I'm just thinking, like, when I was 18, I wasn't even out. Like, I wouldn't even be out at 3 a.m. like that. You know what I mean?
Word.
Not out. And if I was, I'm not out enough to play Ding Dong Ditch. Like, who plays Ding Dong Ditch at 3 a.m?
These guys apparently.
That's you know what I mean? And that's crazy. And for the time we live in, that's crazy. I mean, you're taking a chance. Or we can play it the other way, which is the other scenario in my mind. Was y'all really trying to get in his house and trying to rob him? Yeah. Or get something out of the house, or you knew he had something, or something. There's more. It's like there's more to the story than just, we was playing Ding Dong Ditch for TikTok and then he walked out the house, or we was about to break in and he bust open the door and shot us. Like, nah, man, it's got to be more to the story.
Right. So let's continue. Right. Let's see here.
Where he died just hours before his high school prom. His stepfather telling me he was a student athlete who played lacrosse, football, and wrestled now gone. Another teen grazed with a bullet, telling investigators, according to court records, they weren't trying to break into the home to steal anything. They were just ringing doorbells and running away.
Know that?
And
How do we know that? It's 3 in the morning, bro. And y'all just going around ringing doorbells and running?
Like, what?
And that's what I said, and that's what I was alluding to earlier. It's like ding dong ditch. The concept of ding dong ditch is to ring the doorbell and get the fuck out of there.
Right.
So that when the person that's in the house comes to open the door, they looking like, oh, and that's the joke. Ha ha ha. Funny.
Why would someone grab their gun? Okay. Why would somebody grab their gun if you ring the doorbell?
That's all I'm saying.
That's kind of the first thing
Sketchy.
here, right? And as well, like let's also keep in
Pretty
mind
sketchy.
here, this is 2025, okay?
Yeah.
Maybe when we were doing it, it was the 90s, so it wasn't any ring cameras, all right?
Right.
So let's look at that. Where's that ring camera, right? If they rung the doorbell, most places nowadays have ring cameras at the front door.
There's some type of
Or
footage.
some type of footage, right?
Something's around.
So if they ring the doorbell, that would be easy to find, right? So, oh, well, wait, they weren't at the front door.
Get you.
I mean, if this is what you guys are telling us is going on, like I need to see it, because if they were at the front door, then there's got to be at least a ring camera or some sort of like, you know, evidence to show, you know, that they weren't invading someone in the back.
And my thing is, once you at somebody's back door, you kind of you're trespassing. Is that not trespassing?
100%.
I think that's trespassing. Once you end up at the back door.
Right.
So I don't know.
All right, let's continue.
a third teen not shot, telling authorities the same story and showing police a similar video from earlier that night. The question is whether a resident can claim self-defense in such a case.
In Virginia, if you are going to use lethal force, you have to be in fear from the perspective of a reasonable person of bodily harm, great bodily harm, or death.
The sheriff's office
Sketchy.
All right. So what
very
would
sketchy.
you think if you thought someone was breaking into your home? Is that not deadly, life or death situation? Like you think that your house is being burglarized? Like,
Mind you,
wouldn't
this
you
is mind
be
you,
like
3 in the
pretty
morning.
scared to be on top of that?
3 in the morning.
Word.
So what? I don't know. At 3 in the morning, somebody trying to get in my joint.
I don't know what's
I don't
going
know what's
on.
going on.
Yeah, like I have no idea. Like it could be anyone at any time
Not quite
who's
sure.
like going the extra mile to like do something to me or whoever I have up in here with me.
And it just,
So-
it doesn't really. That doesn't. And it is true that this was in the back. This doesn't. Ding dong ditch don't take place at the back door, man.
Facts. Like
On the low,
like,
there's not even doorbells on the back door, gang. I'm just giving you guys the logic here, you know.
if it's supposed to be a prank.
prank,
Yeah,
it's like, why would you go to the back door
right
to ring a doorbell? You don't ring a doorbell at the back.
on Ding Dong Ditch.
The chances of you getting caught from running out of the back are they heightened if you playing ding dong. If that's
what you're on.
That's what you're on.
But I
don't
don't
know.
see how like that makes sense at least from a real perspective
I
where
don't
you're
think it
saying
does
like,
at all.
okay, if they are playing this game, this child's game, like it would be in the front side of things, not in the back side. So if it's not in the front side, then of course I'm gonna think like if somebody's breaking into my back door, that it might actually be
So my first
An
thought
intruder.
is to squeeze. I'm just saying.
yeah.
If I got it on me, I'm gonna squeeze. Because
Facts.
I'm not quite sure. Not the back. You know what? The back door, that mean you in my yard. You already in my yard.
Right.
Ding dong ditch ain't played in the yard, bro. That's at the front door.
Facts. And so that's what I'm saying. Like, if that's what's really happening, then like there would be some sort of like video camera, like something to back or corroborate the witnesses, right? If this is the front door. So that's why it tells me it had to be the back door, because if you're breaking into my back door, I'm going to think that you're trying to break into my home. Like there's no way that like I would not see that from this perspective, right? So let's continue.
saying the Butler is held on no bond at a local jail. We haven't been able to reach him or an attorney. The
And notice how they immediately use his mugshot. This is a homeowner.
Right away.
All right? Like, this is a homeowner. The
Immediate.
kid broke into his house.
Immediate.
And they immediately use the black man's mugshot.
And I won't even say it broke into, attempted to.
There you
So,
go.
Either way.
Pranking, right? Whatever. Some people don't play like that.
I don't think that's the way to play at 3 in the morning.
Don't play with me at 3 in the morning.
Why would you be playing?
Yeah, it's gonna be something other than an alarm, bro. Right. I promise you.
I'll wake you up for sure. You want to wake me up? I'm gonna wake you up.
I promise you. There's no way that any logical man would think that someone who's breaking into my home, especially in Virginia, okay?
Yeah.
Where you're gonna be, it's open carry state, so yeah, for sure. Like
pistols is around.
Come on, man. Nah, bro.
Got 'em.
You tripping, dog? There's no way. So let's continue.
Investigation is still ongoing and may uncover if it really was a ding-dong ditch that led to shots ringing through this neighborhood and a young life lost. Drew Wilder, NBC Washington.
Thanks for watching.
Bro, this dude said if it was a ding-dong ditch, fam.
That's what they wanted to leave us with.
What else would it be? He's just gonna kill some kid in his backyard? Like, no, that's the type of time.
No, my thing is not if, B. My thing is when it started, they said it was ding dong ditch. Now it's if. Yes, because if you really logically look at it, nobody's playing ding dong ditch in the back, bro.
At 3 in the morning.
Nobody's playing ding dong ditch at 3 in the morning.
I'm sorry, bro.
For TikTok?
That is despicable work.
Like for TikTok, so you jumped on TikTok at 3 in the morning,
and
your boys,
you just wanted to get out here
and
let's go play some games, man.
Let's go ring a couple doorbells.
Right, like
I'm not quite sure.
Like how does that even like equate to I don't kind of what we're seeing here in this whole like situation? Like, oh, okay, yeah. So now the black man, the homeowner, he's the one.
He's in the wrong. And he ain't even get a bond, bro. They didn't even give him a bond,
bro. Threw him in there like he was the one who just shooting kids in his backyard.
He didn't even get a bond, bro. That's wild.
And this is like I said, like this is a prime example of how the media is able to manipulate the narrative, and this just broke. This story just broke. This is a new story, y'all. So we're right ahead of this. We're right
about, like 18 hours ago?
18 hours ago, man. Hold on, let's see what they got it on here. This was posted today. Let's see where it's at. Yeah, 19 hours ago, man. This is a fresh story, right? Crazy. And so yeah, let's actually do some comment search. This is how I like to see a lot of what the world is thinking. You go in those comment sections, that's where you're gonna find a lot of the real opinions and what people really think in the comment sections of a lot of these videos, right? So let's see what people have to say, right? So let's go in, right? Let's zoom in so you guys can see here.
Pure madness in here.
Let's go here at the top. He says, banging on someone's door at 3 a.m., you would think it's an intruder as well.
That's a good statement.
That's a great statement. That's how you want to set this off, right?
That was perfect.
At the end of the day, right? Regardless, prank or not.
Regardless of age, anything. It don't matter.
I don't know you.
I'm not sure.
I don't know how old you are. I don't know what race you are. Nothing.
I just know that.
I just know that I hear a noise at 3 in the morning. I don't know what's going on. I grab my protection, and I'm gonna go ahead and protect.
And I'm on shit.
Okay, like that's just what I have to do. That's what men do. All right. When there's a bump in the night, who you think got to go up and handle that?
So
that's just what we do, fam. So of course, like he goes, he handles his business. Bam. All right, cool. Like let me go see what's happening. Goes back there. Maybe he's still hearing the noise, right? So maybe that makes him a little bit more frantic, right? Runs down there, situation happens. I don't know if maybe he opened the door or if he shot through the door. What happened? Well, at the end of the day, you shoot first, you ask questions later. All right? That's all I'm saying, bro.
That's usually the protocol, I would think. But, we that's just, once again, these are opinions. We wasn't there. We wasn't in Virginia. We don't know.
Right.
But I'm just saying the way that it's being portrayed as, ding dong ditch.
But we don't know now.
We don't know if it's a ding dong ditch. It's just like, come on, man. Either tell the whole story or don't say shit.
Yeah, because we
until you notice, until you know. Because it's like don't that's a narrative that you're painting.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like don't you're making it as though like, a black man killed an 18-year-old.
For no reason, though.
For no reason, because they were playing ding dong ditch at 3 in the morning.
That's just what we're on, bro. We out here on that type of time.
I don't think that. I don't know. I don't like it.
I think it's important as co-owners and elite media,
Right.
we bring the narrative and we go ahead and we make an objective statement on this, because the media is controlled by a certain faction of people and they're going to be able to push their narrative.
Right.
Elite media, we don't do that bullshit over here, man.
Not at all.
We pushing real narratives. We trying to make sure that y'all know the truth, and that you're looking at it from a real perspective.
A
right?
lot of logic behind what is being stated from us.
All right. So the next comment, he says, homeowners are not trying to figure out intentions of idiots before protecting themselves and their family.
Another good statement.
You dig me?
That's 2 in a row.
All right. This is America, Jack. This is America, Jack. That's just what it is, bro. I hate to say this, but a lot of Americans live to protect their family, bro.
And if my family on the line, bro, I'm not asking a lot of questions, bro. Hey, who's there? And if you keep being on bullshit, you still kicking at the door, you still doing, because that's not ding dong ditch. If you still at my door, how did I shoot you if you still at my door? You're not ditching.
I mean this from the real perspective. People have gotten killed for less, bro.
Yeah, I'm squeezing.
All right, bro. I have heard many stories where someone's just in somebody's backyard
and it's hot for them.
And I don't know you.
It's hot.
You're just a random person. Yeah,
it's hot.
I gotta give you a few so you can hold that. All right.
I'm just saying, That's all I'm saying.
Connection, bro. Hold up, man. Little technical difficulties, but we back. Let's see. Hold up. What happened to our? All right, let's go back. Hold on, real quick. We got a little difficulty, but we gonna fix it because that's what we do, man. You know what I'm saying? This is live shows. This is what happens sometimes. We're gonna pull that up. Let's go here. Boom. All right. Well, we gotta dip out real quick, y'all. We'll be right back though. Peace.